It's a big day. Did you know it's a big day? It's a big day.
It's big day.
It's a big day. Hi. Today is a big day because we have 2 new team members starting at the shop today. And as you know, we lost Chelsea in May, and I've been in a little bit of emotional hibernation since then. And I realized that part of why I was struggling with my grief was because I didn't want to say any new hellos because I was afraid of having to say more goodbyes. This place is special, and this place brings people together, and it needs people to run it. I've been trying to do everything this year, and it's not working. So I'm really excited, and today is a big day because 2 new members of the family are joining us. And I'm really excited to introduce you to them, and I'm excited to just get to know them and to show them what we do here and to bring them into the family. I'm nervous, I'm excited, and I'm excited to have you with me. Thanks for being my buddy on this big, daunting, wonderful day. And what could be more fitting on such a big day than me losing my tripod and propping up my phone and sitting on the floor to read you some mail. Getting back to basics today, which is a great way to start a new wonderful day. Lola, did you know that it's a big day? It's a big day. This one's from Post Crossing, and it says, "Hello Sarah, hope you are doing great. I just came back home from a trip in Romanski where I visited the lighthouse among all other activities. I really love lighthouses too, and to discover all those built along the St. Lawrence River is quite nice. Have a great day. Happy Post Crossing, Andrea." This says, "Friend, a word from the city of Portland, sitting in Powell's lobby and on my way to the match. This postcard was purchased today at Scrap PDX. Look them up. I have never been to Tennessee, but the name of this coaster was too good to resist. Love, Beth." So if you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I'm a Sounders fan, and a bunch of my friends went to Portland for the rivalry match recently, and I asked people to send me postcards while they were there, and this one is so wonderful because it is beautiful and vintage and from a beloved friend. And if you look at the name, it's Timber Topper, which, again, if you're not a soccer person, if you are, bear with me, but if you're not a soccer person, the Sounders, our greatest rival is the Portland Timbers, and we've had a really rough season, but we just went to Portland and we beat them in their own house, and they had an own goal. And so instead of the Timber Topper, I think this is probably better aptly named the Timber Toppler, because we knocked them down. Yay! It says, "Hi Sarah, here is a postcard already well aged to put in your collection of old postcards. May it someday be passed along to a new generation. Love, Hey Mail Lady." Thank you, friend. Here's another one from Post Crossing. Cool science fiction cover. It says, "Hi Sarah, my name is Agata. I'm Polish, but I live and work in London. I love gardening, herbal medicine, walks in the woods, and pretty much anything to do with nature. Now, the rainy season has arrived to England. It always comes in August, a sign that summer is over. Happy Post Crossing, Agata." Awesome stamp and delightful puffy stickers that made it all the way here safely from England. Well done. This one gets extra props because my mom was here working when it arrived, and she sent me a picture of it and she said, "This is so cute." So my mom likes this. I do too. It says, "This card is from a fish hatchery in Oregon. It's a really neat place with trout and sturgeon. If you are near the Bonneville Fish Hatchery, I'd suggest that you visit. Connor." Thank you, Connor. This says, Hi, Sarah. I'm looking forward to having you on the Postcardist podcast. As soon as I get done writing this batch of postcards, I'll send you a note. Always great to hear a postcard collection stayed together. It drives me crazy to think of the stories that get lost when dealers break up sets. More soon, Frank. Someone already asked in the comments, if you follow me on social, you probably already know this, but I was a guest on the Postcardist podcast. It has not been released yet, but depending on when this video gets the magic done to it and gets to the internet, it may be live. So if it is, I'll put it in the description. I had the best time talking to Frank. We talked for over an hour and I looked at the clock and I didn't believe it. We just had so much fun talking about snail mail and postcards and my great-grandfather's collection and typewriters and everything. And I think you're really going to enjoy our episode of the podcast. If you don't already listen to the Postcardist podcast, there's about 30 episodes and they are all so good. The audio quality blew my mind the first time I heard it. He does a great job. It's wonderful to listen to and the conversations are delightful. So go do that. Snail. And I'm not going to read you the whole thing because it's a special letter just for me, but I'll read you the beginning. It says, "Dear Sarah, hi there. No worries on being a slow snail. Ha ha. Your life sounds incredibly busy. I remember what that is like. You're a wife, mother, small business owner. That's a lot. On top of that, you've been healing from grief. That kind of thing can't be rushed." This is really beautiful. I am going to finish this in solitude. I love sharing the mail that I get with you, but I also like to save some special things just for myself because some things are personal. I have an audience. Dear Snail Mail Superstar, perhaps I should explain some of the context between one of the postcards that may or may not yet have arrived. Last weekend, I not only got to stop in and check out a Muji store, buy myself a pen, and restrain myself from buying all the things, but I also got to meet one of my heroes and watch him perform the last few shows of his theatrical piece called In and of Itself. It was a solo show with no understudies that ran for just under 4 months in LA, then for over a year and a half in NYC, and for 8 shows a week. He told a few deeply personal stories, yet they became more than stories, that helped illustrate the concept of identity. "Identity is an illusion" was the tagline for the show, and while it was in some ways a magic show, to flatten it out to just a magic show would do it a great injustice. For once, it was more than just a display of impossible things. I actually forgot it was that. Instead, I left with a message that there's more to what we see. Yes, this applies to seeing magic, but the magic became a vehicle for seeing the world. It, that night and the next night, became for me a way of seeing people and seeing the world through a new set of eyes. It taught me how I tend to flatten myself into one thing, because we do this so often when we first meet people, when we fill out an application. But the reality is we are so much more. There is so much more in everything we see in the world, and that, in Derek Delgando's words, the unknown should be a synonym for hope, not fear. Derek was the creator and performer of the show. This was a magic show, yes. He's a magician, yes. But he's more than that. We are defined by how we see ourselves, and that's where those cards came in, as we were asked to select a card that represents ourselves at the beginning, and by the end of the show, we received an amazing gift for thoughtfully and meaningfully participating in that exercise. We got to be seen how we wanted to be seen. It was an experience so powerful that we let go of the fact that he was identifying what card people chose without seeing who chose what. We instead were watching him look each audience member in the eye and say, "I see a Boy Scout. I see a storyteller. I see a diamond in the rough." It was a powerful experience of giving people the gift of feeling seen for who you are. Instead of asking ourselves, "How do you do that?" we asked ourselves, "I wonder who you are." Normally, we associate illusion as some sort of deception or some negative sounding connotation. But that weekend, I saw a show that, like a magic effect, showed that we might not be seeing all of the pieces to something, but we can still see something amazing, something beautiful. This could also be what we perceive from snail mail correspondence. It's so universal in a way, and what we can gather from the letters we send back and forth creates an image of our correspondent, but there will always be more to it. So here's what I see. In you, I see a snail mail superstar. but I also see that you are a mother, a friend, a fountain pen enthusiast, a shop owner, a Sounders fan, a hard worker, an anxious person that recognizes this and has turned it into a superpower because it helps people. Your realness helps people like what superheroes and superpowers can do. You are much more. As he closed the show, one of the things he said that powerfully tied the show together was, "We are defined by how we see ourselves. We are also defined by the things others can see and the things people can't see. We are also defined by things others will never see. However we are defined, we will always be much more. I'm learning to see this in others and the world around me, and I'm learning to be comfortable with the unknown and to find hope and to look for it in people instead of fear. I don't have to see everything, but I see you and I see there is so much more. Thank you for seeing me and seeing more." So that's the show I saw last weekend, Magically Jay. Fun fact, when I crossed the street to go to the CVS where I printed that photo/postcard, I crossed in front of Neil Patrick Harris and another magician who were at the show. Okay, I would have geeked out super hard. Holy cow. Another fun fact, Neil Patrick Harris was the president of the Academy of Magical Arts at one time. I do know that. What you might not know about me is I am a die-hard and never failing How I Met Your Mother fan. And Neil Patrick Harris made that show literally magical. Like, I adore him. And really everything he's done, I have enjoyed. He's a special person. And so are you. Thank you for that letter. Handwriting has been regarded as the most powerful sign of individuality. The missing ink, Philip Hensher. Sara, how delightful to find you. I feel like I've made a great discovery. How do you not have 1 million followers on Twitter? I'm more of an acquired taste than you think. You can be sure that the next time I am in Seattle, I will visit your treasured Constellation Co. Thanks for following me back on Twitter. Keep Snail Mail alive. All the best, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I have enjoyed our communications on the internets. Is an invitation to the Seattle Ways Goose. It is hosted every fall at the School of Visual Concepts here in Seattle, and every year our friends at Evolution Press print the most beautiful invitation, and this one is quite fun. This year they are shifting focus, doing something different, and they are going to have typesetting races, an ephemera exchange, equipment swap, all kinds of fun things. It is on September 16th, and you should go. September 16th is the day after our Fisherman's Fall Festival here at the shop and at the Fisherman's Terminal, which means that day I'm going to be in deep hibernation from talking to all the people all day, and so I might not be there, but we'll give it a try. All right, that's the letters. Let's move on to the rest of this big day.
What's your name?
My name is Michelle Baldwin.
And what are you most excited about for your new job?
I am most excited about learning how a small business is run.
Yes. And when you were 6 years old, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be an animator for Disney.
Nice.
Yes. Or an artist.
So tomorrow,
Yes.
on Friday, my friend who is an animator from Pixar is coming
No
to
way.
visit. Yeah, so I'll have to introduce you. So it'll be fun.
I'm excited.
Yes. And what is your most intriguing hobby?
I am writing a book.
Oh,
Yes, I'm writing a full-fledged fantasy novel. So,
awesome.
yeah.
Well, we're really glad to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So tell me your name.
Hi, I'm Molly Russell.
And what are you most excited about for your new job?
I'm most excited about getting to print all day long and learning about different printing processes.
Awesome. When you were 6 years old, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh my gosh, when I was 6, I wanted to be an actress/singer. I basically just wanted to be Hilary Duff.
Ah,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And what is your most intriguing hobby?
Oh, my most intriguing hobby would probably be building frames for the prints that I make, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Is there a specific kind of wood you like?
I actually have been just going for the cheapest possible, so I find some just like dowels.
Yeah.
And just
that works.
put it together. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Snail Superstar.